Hello guys, let me just maybe make myself a little bit bigger there. Hello, welcome to the 3D market commentary for today, which is Friday, May the 21st. So hopefully you guys have had a great trading week up to this point. And obviously that today, as your last trading day, the week goes well. So let's just cover the disclaimers. And whilst those disclaimers are being highlighted there, just to say, my email address there is becky@tradictive.com. My name is Becky, so you can get hold of me on that email. There's a link as well that you can go to. The disclaimers are important to understand for legal reasons, but also to understand that when we do these kind of videos, they are demonstrations of how you can do things and how we use the apps and the technology. You can ignore it entirely if you'd like. You can take it on board entirely if you'd like. It's ultimately up to you to do what you feel is right as a trader. So let's bring up that link, which is tradewithufos.com/Becky. If you go to that link, you'll be able to set yourself up with a free Trade with UFOs membership. Now with that, you'll get the email that I'm about to go through that explains the 5 major markets in the world every day. So you'll get that. You'll get recordings of our YouTube sessions, as well as reminders for our YouTube sessions. And you'll also be able to book one-on-one coaching if you'd like. And the best bit for me is that you can come down here, log in, and then ask any question you have in a public setting. The great thing about that you have is completely new, in which case you're doing somebody else a favor later down the line to learn from that question. So to me, it's great that we're all in the same community. We're all asking the 3D approach of these 3D market commentaries. Now, why do we call it a 3D approach? Should make sense. We're looking at 3 separate elements of each market. Let's just have a quick look here. So first things first is market climate, meaning should we buy, should we sell? Is the market going up? Is the market going down? Where do the probabilities lie? Now we use an app to help us with this, which is this AutoClimate app. Ignore the lines, look at the dots. Dot on AutoClimate, that tells us probability upwards, we should look to buy. If we have a thick red dot on AutoClimate, that tells us probability downwards, we should look to sell. And if we have a thin dot of either color, shows us not enough probability either way, do nothing. So we use an app, which is a free app, by the way, on most platforms you can use it on. We use a free app to help us determine where the probabilities lie, to then help us determine whether or not we buy or sell or do nothing. Now, once we've figured out whether or not we're going to buy or sell, we want to know where we're going to buy or sell. We want to buy where there's lots of buying going on because it's likely to push price up. We want to sell where there's lots of selling going on because it's likely to push price down, which is why we use unfilled orders, UFOs, to help us with our entries and exits. So these UFOs here, I know they look like little flying saucers, but UFO in this case stands for order. We have green ones, that shows us where we have buyers. We have red ones, that shows us where we have sellers. So ideally what we do is we wait for price to come up here and we sell when it hits the sell orders. Or we wait for price to come down here and we buy when it hits the buy orders. And again, we use an app that tells us exactly where those buy and sell orders are and highlights for us the exact prices that they happen to be. So we'll look at that. Now bear in mind, by the way, we are looking at continuous futures contracts for these markets, also looking at daily charts. So of course, different things happen on different time frames, daily somewhere in the middle there, and we're using the continuous futures contracts for all of them so that we can stay nice and stable. So with the S&P, we are looking at the top 500 US stocks. Of course, we're looking at, don't understand any of that, doesn't matter. Just understand that we are looking at a representation of US stocks. So when it comes to that, we have an unconfirmed climate to start, a thin blue dot. Doesn't matter that it's blue, doesn't matter that it says up. What's important is that it's unconfirmed, that it's thin. So we do nothing. We change time frame, we change market. In terms of buy and sell UFOs, we have a new set of buy orders below us at 41.23 to 40.55.50. So if price were to come down and hit those buy orders, we would expect it to go up from there. In terms of volatility, in a year, we would expect the S&P to move 20.58%, which means in one day, up or down of 53.99 points. In a week, up or down of 118.84 points. And in a month, up or down of 247.40 points. So that's the S&P. Overall, not enough probabilities either way to call it based on the climate. So you change time frame or change market. Now, next market is crude oil. So let's take a look at that. Again, in the meantime, it says there about our courses. So we do courses in stocks, Forex, futures, backtesting, trading plans, psychology. So check out those courses if any of those appeal to you. Even if they don't, by the way, most of them come with a 3-month complimentary access to the apps. Now, AutoClimate is a free app on most platforms. AutoUFOs is a paid-for app. For example, on TradingView, the one I'm using here, it's $34 per month. Now, some of the courses are one of $89. If you do the maths on that, it works out cheaper for your first 3 months of using the app to buy a course and have the apps there as an attachment, as opposed to subscribe directly for the apps. So even if you don't want to do a course, it might be better for you to do that. And if you do want to do a course, then great, you get that as an addition. Okay, so crude oil, we have a confirmed downwards climate, thick red dot, probability down. Now, usually this market goes down for 7 candles. Lost my mouse there. And we're on candle number 2. That tells us that we have probability of a continuous move down as well. So probability down and probability for it to continue down based on what usually happens. We have buy and sell UFOs. We have sell orders up here at 67.02 to 64.14. And then we have buy orders here at 60.77 to 58.73. And just to show you, this is where this UFO has already worked. .43 points, and in a month up or down of 7.13 points. Okay, so next market. Overall with crude oil, their probability downwards for the time being. Let's look at gold is the next market. And again, in the meantime, it says there about the UFOs, so you can check them out and subscribe to them directly if you'd like, or like I said, get them for free for 3 months as part of a course. Okay, so gold has a confirmed upwards climate. Lost my mouse there, you go. 6.1 candles, let's call that 7, and we're on candle number 14. So we've gone twice as much past what is usual. Now what that means is the further it goes past what's normal, the less likely it is to keep doing that, the more likely it is to change direction. However, overall, we do still have probability there to the upside, not as much as we like, but still probability to the upside. Buy and sell UFOs, we have buy orders here, 1847.1 to 1808.4, and sell orders here at 1929.6 to 1907.5. Now, in terms of volatility, just lost my mouse again there. In terms of volatility, in a year, we'd expect movement up or down of 17.29%, which means in a day, up or down of 20.46%, in a week, up or down of 45.05%, and in a month, up or down of 93.78%. So that's gold. Again, overall probability to the upside, not as much as we'd like because it's gone way past what's usual, but coaching environment, $21 per month, where you get access to more of our time in a closed environment. So up to you to decide which one works best for you. So next market, once it loads there, is the US dollar. So with the US dollar, we have a confirmed downwards climate, thick red dot, Usually this market goes down for 6 candles and we're on candle number 5. So still within what would be usual in terms of a move to the downside. However, we have here buy orders. So we have buy orders and it's moved up a little bit. Now, it may be that the climate wins and pushes through. It may be that the UFOs win and change the climate. See? In a year, we'd expect movement up or down of 6.13%, which means in a day, up or down of 0.35 points. In a week, up or down of 0.76 points. In a month, up or down of 1.59 points. Okay, the last but not least is Bitcoin, backed Bitcoin. So let's put this on there. There we go. For us to know on a daily chart what happens